Oh, good evening everyone, and welcome to this update, 29th of May 2022. So we'll start here with gold daily chart. You can see that currently it's in a bearish trend, lower highs, lower lows, pull back this last week, stalled, and if we draw Fibonacci retracement, rejected perfectly off point 618. You can see the open and the close, the open here, the close here, because that's bullish. This is a bearish candle, and we've moved down a little bit, up, rejected it again, close out last week a little bit higher than we opened last week. So you can really see it's just been moving sideways the last few days, and we're waiting for a decision. Pull back, or continuation rather, down to 17.15 to continue that bearish trend. Now silver also pretty much tracks gold, so they move in tandem. Sometimes one will be a bit more bullish than the other, and you can look at them against each other, gold against the silver, or even copper, or any of those. Anyway, silver much the same, big bearish movement here, pull back, and it's sort of moving sideways, so it would be looking for a continuation back towards $19 and below. Oil, big bullish movement, moving sideways, forming a bit of a triangle. If we draw this, maybe around here, it's probably broken out. Will we see it continue back to the previous high, and will it break it, reaching the 08 July high? What's that? About $147 a barrel for crude oil. UK oil much the same. Now the dollar's been interesting, much like oil, been on a bullish trend for some time now. If you look back here, May 2021, we've just gone up all the way up, broken this previous high, and now we're pulling back. So maybe a bit further and continuation, unless we see it come up here, make a lower high, potential trend change. Yields have been on the rise, and inverse to that, bonds have sold off. So this is TLT, 20-year Treasury bond ETF, and you can see 154 down to 112. You measure that, 26%, 0.84 drop in 157 days. Pretty significant. And this is the market at the moment. The bond market's the big dog, and the markets pretty much follow that. And there's a bit of a delay between them. If we go to the majors, you can see here that ever since January of this year, we've been in a bearish trend in the Dow Jones, which is made up of 30 companies. You can see this past week we've had a significant rise, looking for a retracement to around these levels, 33,516. Will it then reject and continue to the downside to give us wave 3 of 3? S&P much the same, pull back to these areas before a continuation, or at least that's what I'm looking for, unless it continues and breaks up here and then it changes the overall structure. Nasdaq much the same, and the Russell, which has been leading. You can see here the high was back beginning of November, and we've just pretty much been trending lower highs and lower lows. until it breaks a previous high, then makes a higher low. That's when you start to look for a possible change of bearish trend. But you got to remember, this is weekly, this is daily, this is monthly here. Monthly we're still trending bullish by the look of this. Whereas on the lower time frames, obviously there's more room for littler moves. Anyway, we go to long bonds. So this is the inverse of treasury yields. So treasury yields are rising, and this is the long bond, which is pretty much TLT, the same, moving in tandem. So you can see we've had a sell-off, bit of a retracement, where we get a further move to the downside, or will this be the change of the trend to start primary wave 2, I'm pretty sure. So that's the futures, much the same as the S&P. Now, quick look at crypto. So XRP, let's pull it up on a log, and you can see went down as low as 11 cents, and then 12th of April $1.95. So like that's a very good significant gain. 16, almost 1700%, and people still don't think that's enough because they're usually buying up here. When no one wants to buy and people hate it, like here, I had XRP, my life is ruined, this and that, that's the time to buy it. You can see we're still trending bullish, but we're still making higher lows. Looking for a bit of a lower retest, hopefully. Anyone who's long here, come out, wipe out their liquidity before another move higher. Let's see. Got some alerts set, looking for some more spot buys. Bitcoin, bearish trend as well currently. Lower lows, lower highs. Actually broke this previous tests here of around 30,000. Will we get another move lower, wiping out this liquidity? For anyone who's gone long there, with the stop sitting just there, wipe it out. Go a bit lower, potentially even as low as 20k, and then continued up to the upside. Ethereum, much the same. It's actually pretty close to its previous high back in January of 2018. So yeah, pretty interesting at the moment. I think the overall market still, yes, it may seem bearish on Twitter and what have you. However, according to reports of those who are invested in the market, majority of those still have their money invested, even though they might say they're bearish. And the old adage goes, watch what people do, not what they say. Anyway, that's all from me for tonight. Just watching for those, I guess, further moves bullish in the overall market, and then let's see if we get the continuation to the downside. I'll be looking to trigger some shorts around there. Been in some, down currently, but that's, it is what it is, and you just don't let it get to you and continue with your plan. Anyway guys, that's all from me. Thanks very much, and until next time, take care. See you.